Get instant access to your winnings with Cashcard Plus, Paddy's brand new card available to use at ATMs, online or in shops. T&Cs apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.co.uk.
Welcome back, festive listeners, as we look ahead to the Christmas racing period with myself, Lee Motteser, Dave Orton, Patrick Mullins and Rob Catterson of our sponsors, Paddy Power. The big race in Britain on Tuesday is the Coral Welsh National, in which Colin Tizard's third-string Gold Cup horse at the moment, Native River, is due to carry top weight in that one, trying to follow up his Hennessy Gold Cup success. Dave Orton, I thought off only a £4 higher mark, he's got a serious chance of doing it.
He's very well in, isn't he?
Yeah.
The handicapper would have a bit more, on his back. He ticks no boxes whatsoever. A penalised winner of the Hennessy coming here. When was the last Hennessy winner to even try? Never mind, actually win it. He's a 6-year-old. That's not very good for the race.
Yeah.
And the ground is the imponderable thing. They're going there because at the moment it says it's good to soft, but we've got a certain Hurricane Barber, haven't we? Sort of moving its way in.
Well, if a hurricane's going to find any place over Christmas, it will generally find Chepstow.
It's got to be Chepstow, isn't it? It's usually run on a bog. It's got to be soft, surely, at least, I think. I was with him at the Hennessy. I think he's a lovely, lazy horse. We haven't got to the bottom of him yet. His jumping was much better in the Hennessy as well.
Yeah, it was good.
And of course he's the horse to beat. And he sort of tears up stats. This horse. But I'd be against him.
Patrick, you against him?
It's going to be very difficult. It's a very big ask for a horse. It's something you kind of. It's like the stuff you read about horses doing back in the 80s and 70s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think fair play to the Tizards. It's great. They're very adventurous with their horses, and they're running so well. You couldn't say he definitely won't, but it's a big ask.
Oh dear, this is a bit negative. I was quite keen on Native River.
You're going to slam him, are you?
Well, I backed him in the Hennessy, and I just think off a £4 helmet, if he gets into a
Why
rhythm,
jump off? Yeah,
gets into a rhythm, which I think you can do at Chepstow.
You certainly can, and you want to be up there in this race, I think, as well.
Yeah.
It's usually a race that lends itself to those front runners.
And even with the weight, he's running off 159, isn't he? I mean,
He
if
is.
it's going to be a Gold Cup
He is.
horse, which he might well be. Rob, how do you guys see the Coral Welsh National?
Yeah, it looks certain he's going to go off favourite, presuming he runs. He's 6-1 favourite. We're 10-1 Carl's Destroyer, who followed a moment in the Hennessy. One night in Vienna's been well backed. He's 10s. It's 12s Warrantor, 14s Racing Pulse, and 16s Bar.
Okay, Dave, if you don't like Native River, is there one that you do like?
Yeah, Rob mentioned One Night in Vienna. This is a proper national horse in the making. He's still just a 7-year-old. I thought he was good at Carlisle. They left him sort of undercooked for that. This has been the big plan. Hopefully he'll be up there. His jumping will stand the test, and I like him. I thought that if he gets in, then Warrantor is a definite player, but he's number 35 at the moment. That's a bit sort of hit and miss at the moment. And last year's runner-up, Firebird Flyer, he's got more weight on his back, but he has been targeted this for Team Evan Williams, and he'll go close, I think.
Okay, and before we go on to the good stuff at Leopardstown, any views on the two big races at Kempton, the Desert Orchid Chase and the Wayward Lad?
Looks like it's Altior's, the Novice Chase, doesn't it?
Noel's been jocked up for him in that race, which suggests he might go for that one as opposed to the Desert Orchid, when Noel could ride Special Tiara.
That'll be money buying, I'd imagine, in that race.
Yeah. Okay, shall we go on to Leopardstown then? Fantastic card then again on Tuesday. Paddy, first of all, just in terms of likely running plans, are we expecting to see Duvan as opposed to Underso in the Paddy Powerback Grade 1?
I think that had said that was the plan.
Yep.
But again, we'll work them and see. But he's come out of Cork 100%. He looks $1 million. So that would look, it'd be a nice place to get some more experience into him now.
And again, if he runs there, it should be a walkover, should it really? The likely opposition is nowhere near Duvan class.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Now, we ran under Sonnet last year and he fell, so it's not always that simple. But, hopefully.
Good. So, guys, we wouldn't be taking on Duvan at all. Would we just be watching and enjoying?
No, and I'm hoping that Underso doesn't either. You're surely going to keep him apart. Ryanair for Underso, Patrick, at this stage, are we thinking that might be his port of call?
It's a definitely a possibility. I mean, he looked like on good ground he probably needs 2.5. So
he does. He needs it. He definitely needs it.
Yeah.
I've backed him for that, Patrick, as you could probably tell. So
well, realistically, Patrick, there'd be no way you'd let Underso take on Duvan in the Champion Chase, would there? So realistically, the only race for him would be the Ryanair, wouldn't it? That would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. I know there is options in France as well, but like you said, I mean, the Ryanair is on the radar, definitely.
Okay, and in the Future Champions Novice Hurdle, the Paddy Power Future Champions Novice Hurdle, what's the likely challenge in that one for you guys?
Oh, too early to say. We have 6 or 7 horses entered, and so I imagine 2 or 3 will run. I mean, last year there was Long Dog and Bacchus and Pachima Schwar. We had a good few runners in last year, but
Yeah.
it's just too soon to say right now, I'm afraid.
Okay, no worries. But you've also got the favourite in the Paddy Power Chase, the very valuable Paddy Power Chase, the Crafty Butcher. Well handicapped?
Yes, I think so. Unfortunately, he might be too well handicapped. He might not get into the race. We got him there. I think he was point-to-pointing in England last year. And
He
we bought
was,
him.
yeah.
A friend of mine, Paul Byrne, pinpointed him and thought he was bought for this race because Ian Madigan and Dominic Ryan are 2 rugby players. This is their local track, and the idea was to come here, and his rating would have got him in the last 10 years, but the stats seem to have changed a bit, probably with Gordon and JP and Gigginstown running so many. It looks like he might not get in. He had a very good run in Navan in a handicap hurdle, and he looked at halfway like he was going to pull up. He was detached and last, and Ruby was squeezing away. And then once he started the past few horses, he flew home, finished third. Now my only worry is he's an older horse who's had a lot of racing, and I just wonder in a really competitive handicap chase, you know, whether after 4 or 5 fences he might say, this isn't for me.
Right.
That's the only concern. But I do think he's better than his racing, yeah.
Okay. Have you got any views on the race, Rob?
Yeah, pretty much what Patrick said. I think he's actually in a handicap hurdle the following day, which he's a better chance
He's
of
in
getting in.
But he's in a pretempt qualifier.
Yeah, but he needs 9 obviously to come out to get in, and Willie's only got 3 ahead of him, so he'll need Lady Luck. We're 7-1 favoured about him. Noble Endeavour, who ran really well in the Troytown, is 10-1 with Uccello Conti and Oscar Knight. It's 12s. Our best backed horses in the last day or two. David Jennings has tipped up Killer Miller. That's been well backed. And Otago Trail, who's due to carry top weight, has been well backed as well.
Dave?
Killer Miller, I can understand he went really nicely for a long way. I thought that Bonnie Cater was overpriced around about sort of 20s at that 16 mark. Rogue Trader is another horse that I quite like for Tom Taff. He's a horse that probably wants this trip now. JP McManus horse. There's a big one in him anyway. He usually goes to a fancied horse these days, by the way, this race.
Okay. And Paddy, on the second day of Leopardstown, what's your bump amount?
2.5 mile bumper. We've 3 in it. We have Ballyward, Carter McKay, and Next Destination. Ballyward or Carter McKay are probably the 2 most likely, and one will run Tuesday, one will run Wednesday, and I like the 2 of them. Carter McKay is the one I probably looking forward to most.
Okay, good man. Okay, one more commercial break, and then we shall wrap up the rest of Christmas.
Get instant access to your winnings with Cashcard Plus, Paddy's brand new card available to use at ATMs, online or in shops. TNCs apply. 18 plus. Gambleaware.co.uk.
So, guys, the final day of Leopardstown we will cover in the next Racing Postcast. So we'll look at day 3 of the Christmas festival, and again, tricky because we're so far out here. But Paddy, we're expecting Jacques Adam to run in the Lexus Chase. Is that still the plan?
Yeah, that'll be the plan. I mean, there's a lot of entries in it. It looks a lot of strength and depth. He was good on his comeback. You know, I think he probably ran below his rating, but the 2 other horses were fit and had a run. And probably 2.5 might just be on the short side for him. But, you know, to be honest, I think he'll take a lot of beating in the Lexus.
In terms of ability, obviously, you know his big rival Valsalido very well. In terms of talent, is Jacques Adam a better horse, do you think? Pure and simple.
I think so. Now, Valsalido is a better horse when he runs over 3 miles. You know, I think last year we wanted to go in the Gold Cup, and because Gigginstown had a few horses here and there, we had to run him in the Ryanair, and he was staying on. He stayed on to be second behind Beau Tour. And obviously he was going very easily when he unseated at the last Hennessy for us last year. So he is a bit of an unknown He's a bit of an unknown, but I just think Jacques Adam is probably a horse that doesn't maybe get the credit he deserves. I think he's a hugely talented horse. He didn't have an ideal preparation for the Gold Cup last year after he had the stitches between his front legs when he got the fall in the pillar chase, or the Leopard chase, actually, sorry. And I think he's the one to beat in the Lexus.
Rob, would you be in agreement?
I'd agree with Patrick, yeah. I thought he battled well in the John Durkin. We're currently 15-8 Valserlido, 2-1 Jack Adam. It's fives, bar. Funnily enough, we've only been laying one horse, and he's a horse a lot of people wouldn't fancy, Fine Rightly, who's still a 25-1 chance. I think there's been a lot of uncertainty about what might and might not run. Obviously, the likes of Outlander and one or two others were in the picture for the King George, but I'd be in the Jack Adam camp. Don Poli at 10-1. If he returned to his best, he'd be very big price as well.
Don Poli can't win it, can he, Dave?
Last year's winner. He made extremely hard work of it, didn't he?
Yeah.
This is my will not be beaten at the Christmas meeting.
Go on.
I'll just get in there first. From the day he won his maiden hurdle at Cork, I've been a huge Valserlido fan.
Right.
But I just can't have him beating a Jack Adam at all. I just don't think it will happen. I think that downroll form, he got a 171 sort of figure for that. That's his peak. But Silvianico Conti, we know, has not advertised that form since. He sort of had to win it. And, of course, if you go back to the Durkin last year, Jack Adam beat sort of Valserlido scentless. This is around about the 9-4 mark. The market has got this wrong, people out there. This is the banker of the Christmas period.
That's good to hear, isn't it, Paddy?
Yeah, I he can be my will not be beaten bet as well. I think I'll row in with you. 2
will not be beaten. My word, such confidence. Anything else at Leopardstown on the 20th? Actually, Paddy, while you're here, we won't have you the next postcast. On the 29th as well, those last 2 days of Leopardstown, what's the stable, aside from Jack Adam, particularly looking forward to?
Well, from a personal point of view, I think that Carter McKay, he's a Martleen point-to-point winner, and he's showing me all the right stuff here. He's the one I'm looking forward to most.
That's the Pearl Bloodstock one, isn't it? That's the Pearl Bloodstock owned.
Yes.
Interesting, isn't it?
So I think he loved the ground, and he's done everything right here. So he's the one I'm looking forward to over Christmas.
So winning for Sheikh Fahad over Christmas.
That's it.
Possibly. I haven't been told that he's going to ride him. I hope he doesn't ride him anyway.
I think you might hold on to that one. You won't be going to Limerick that day, will you?
I hope not.
No. And Dave, Rob, anything else over Leopardstown that we're looking forward to on that third day, the 28th?
Yeah, we've got that 3-mile hurdle, staying hurdle. The betting we've put in Vroom Vroom Magna was favoured, obviously, the fact that she doesn't go to Kempton, but it looks as though it's going to be a really good race. Jetski's due to return. We've got Shane's Hill, Snow Falcon, and we've got this new import of Nicky Henderson's, the mare Kotkakova. She's supposed to be the real deal, and I think Nicky's mentioned she might be coming over for that, so that could be the race of Leopardstown's Christmas meeting.
She skipped the long walk, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think for that.
Yeah.
So I'd agree with that. I'm fascinated if she turns up there. This is always a little bit underrated, I think, as a World Hurdle Trial. This race, it always throws up a decent one, and whatever wins it will be good. If Apple's Jade actually comes up, and see, is she still in that, or she's been? Yes, she's still in there.
They said she won't run.
Well, we've heard that before. But I mean, it looks like a really sort of deep race, and I'd like to see that French mare come out on top. I think.
Paddy, just on this subject, can I just gently and sweetly just put you on the spot for 1 second? And obviously, we won't hold you to your answer. But when we get to the third day of the festival, the Cheltenham Festival, which horse would you expect to be leading the Stables Challenge of that race? Bear in mind, Faheen heads the market for it. You've obviously got horses like Nichols Canyon, Shane's Hill, Vroom Vroom Mag. 2.5 months out, who do you think will be leading the Stables Challenge in that race?
For the Stayers Hurdle?
Yeah.
No idea, lads. Absolutely no idea.
Who would you like to be leading the Stables Challenge for the Stayers Hurdle?
It's got to be Faheen, surely, isn't it?
He's a champion hurdle winner as well.
Will he run against Daddy Power if they're both with that mare's allowance?
Look at what Colin's doing, Paddy. It's the way forward. Run them against each other.
The Gigginstown way.
We'll see. Lads, I couldn't tell you.
You take diplomacy to new levels, sir. Most impressive. Okay, I think we're pretty much inside the final 100 yards of this one now. Rob, you guys have been very generous at Paddy Power in terms of charity bets. Just explain what you're offering us here today.
Yeah, we just thought obviously with Christmas and so much racing and coming up to Cheltenham, everybody seems to want to know everybody's charity bets. So we've put up £100 as a charity bet. You can split it up if you want, and all proceeds will go to the Freddie Tillichy Fund. Hopefully now we get a few quid, but the Freddie Tillichy Fund or whatever fund it's now called.
Okay, guys, so we've got charity bet, and also you can give a best bet as well if that's going to be shorter odds. Up to you. I'll get mine out of the way first because no one will be really interested in mine. My best bet would be the new one in the Christmas hurdle.
You were keen on that earlier.
I like
tell.
the new one, yeah.
But you shot me down a bit on that one.
No, I would never do that. You know, not a man of your great talent, sir. And in terms of charity bet, I'll go with Native River at a decent price.
Fair play.
Or a more decent price. Paddy, charity bet. What's going to go into the charity coffers?
I think Jack and Emma 2-1 is a great price.
Oh, okay, good man. And Rob.
Right, well, the best bet of Christmas is in the bumper on the 26th at Leopardstown. Obviously, Willie doesn't have a runner, but Gordon Elliott has a horse called Midnight Escape. He really caught the eye in a maiden hurdle at Navan. And Gordon's got a habit of bringing horses back from hurdles to win a bumper. It's always a good bumper, but I think the fact that he runs there, he was due to run in, or he was entered up and down Royal, which would have been a penalty kick. But the fact that they go to Leopardstown, I think they'll win that bumper with Midnight Escape. And there's a really good Hunter's Chase up north, also on the 26th. Patrick, I'm sure, is familiar with the horse that I'm going to tip up. But Valmy Bay, he won his point-to-point in Kirkystown lately, and what he did to come from a distance behind to win was extraordinary. So he's the charity bet.
Excellent. And Dave, you've probably got something in the cellar at Market Raisin, have you?
Well, Jack, funnily enough, it is going towards Market Raisin.
Lincolnshire National?
There you go. No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
It's in the Garth West Chase, which is a novice handicap. The 145 at Market Raisin, a horse called Vinnie Red. They've been waiting to get this one over fences. He'll win.
Excellent. Gentlemen, you have been marvellous. Paddy, Rob, Dave, thank you to all of you. Have a marvellous Christmas. I hope Santa brings you whatever you're hoping for. To our producer, Sam. Thank you to Sam. Thank you to all the listeners who've joined us in the build-up to Christmas. We're back on Wednesday, the 28th of December, looking ahead to the remaining Christmas races. And in the meantime, may your Christmas day be extremely happy and enjoyable. Bye-bye.
The Racing Postcast in association with Paddy Power. They pay more extra places than any other bookie.